Well, hello, vinyl community. It's Jacob again, coming to you from the Dallas Open Micer YouTube channel. Still got my cup of coffee. I refreshed it a little bit since making my last video a few minutes back. Well, let's get into without further ado, let's get into the backstory for this video. I had a day off, a weekday off, and decided, maybe I'll get over to Kubi's, my favorite restaurant in the world, and enjoy a delicious chicken schnitzel sandwich, and a never-ending mug of coffee, and do some writing in my joke notebook. I got there. The place was relatively quiet. Got a good spot at the counter, and enjoyed my delicious chicken sandwich. And somewhere into my second mug of coffee, the place, it picked up again, a little more than I was expected. And I thought, this seat could probably turn over a couple of times, during this late lunch surge, and it wouldn't be fair to the nice ladies that work there, that I'd be costing them money by loafing around. So I can go record shopping instead. And the plan was I'd go to a record shop where I usually had bad luck, and then I could go over to I just bumped the tripod there. I could go over to the Half Price Books flagship. Let's see if I can straighten this out on the go. How about I just won't worry about it. I go to the Half Price Books flagship and then enjoy some time in their coffee shop. But it turns out the place that I usually don't have much luck, I stumbled into a little bit of a gold mine. So here's the first record I noticed, jumped out at me. It's this stereo copy of Ella Fitzgerald, like Someone in Love. I've got the earlier Hi-Fi. I don't know if this is a fake stereo or if they just delayed the stereo release until the crowd was ready for it, but I like that. And there was plenty more Ella Fitzgerald where that came from. Here's another record that I already had, but oh my goodness, this was in such nice shape at such a reasonable price. I could not pass that one up. Oh, here's a treasure. This is the 2-record edition of Ella with Rodgers and Hart. So I've been finding that disc 2. This has disc 1 and disc 2 combined on this glorious glossy, glossier than the single edition cover. What a find that was. And I've got that double release there on the Polydor, but not that one. Here's another Ella on Verve, one I did not have. I've been kind of keeping an eye on this one. It's got a split. Keeping an eye out for this one on the eBay, but I found one in the wild that I could observe and inspect with my own eyes before purchasing, and that was great. Here's one I've never seen in good shape, 1959 release. Get Happy. I like being happy. It's worth trying at least. Now here's one I almost passed up on because there was a scratch on one of the tracks that I'm sure will produce some clicking. But the overall condition on this was so fine that for the age it was hard to pass up on. And I do have the Polydor set of this, so if I need to play do a little Frankensteining, I can get by on that for now. Oh, I bumped the tripod again. I'm a little clumsy today. Well, that's the last of Ella Fitzgerald, but that fella that was purchasing those Ella Fitzgeralds, he also had this in his collection that was making it back into circulation. So this is Dorothy Donegan. I had never heard of her before, but just looking at this, I assumed she was a singer. It says, Dorothy Donegan swings through favorite ballads and show tunes in this excitement-filled piano style, and the excitement-filled piano style that makes her a sellout in clubs, I just naturally assumed that she was singing a lot on these, but she's more of an instrumentalist, and that was a fun one. But even better was this one here on Roulette Records. I don't know about the Embers, but this early Roulette before the colored stripes. It's a nice deep groove. Wonderful sounding stuff. Never heard of this lady before. You know, according to Wikipedia, the source of lies and misinformation, they say Dorothy was a champion for equal pay and for lady musicians. Said, you know, like it's not like sports where men are clearly better. When it comes to something like piano playing, you know, Dorothy could hold her own with the gentleman. Maybe not Art Tatum or Oscar Peterson, but you know, certainly no slouch, and she knew how to have fun there with this was just a joy. Side 2, Just in Time. What a fun listen that was. Here's another guy that could have some fun on the piano. This is Count Basie. This record was very filthy, and I've been cleaning it. I don't have one of the ultrasonic cleaning machines, and I'm getting most of the horrible noise off of this, where I get some crackle on the lighter piano, but it's a very brassy affair with Neil Hefti. I'll clean it some more and see if I can get some more sound out of it. But this is one that's become cool. Count Basie is usually someone that's overlooked, but somebody who sets the trends decided this Count Basie is cool. And because some hip person who influences the record buying public decided this is cool, this one's been harder to find, so I was happy to snap that one up for a reasonable price, even though it was very filthy. Now I thought, well, there's probably a good chance this guy had some soundtracks, this guy that was unloading this jazz stuff, and so I thought, I just had a feeling it would be worth checking out the soundtrack section. And oh, there we go. Found it. Used to see this all the time in the 90s, but never picked it up. I knew that What's It All About Alfie song. I thought, yeah, Sonny Rollins, Alfie, that could be fun, but maybe just too easy listening. I didn't know this was a respected jazz album. I had not seen the movie yet, and it's an interesting movie. A little on the depressing side. Very young Michael Caine. I'm not sure what year this pressing was, but seems fairly early-ish. That distinctive impulse spine that I know so well from my CD collection. Not a lot of. Well, that might just be my only one of those on the vinyl. Then here's another soundtrack. Look at that, Doris Day. This was the Love Me or Leave Me soundtrack. She plays Ruth Etting, wonderful singer from the 20s who had, I guess, a turbulent life. There was an opening scene in here that was a lot of fun with James Cagney. The movie was a bit formulaic or wooden, but some good singing on there. Don't overlook Doris Day. Here's one I already had. I've got these out right now. Was getting them cleaned up. So there's a little crack in the spine. Nice collection of Sinatra from his Columbia days. A bit of an inconsistent period for him. His career started off hot, and then he slumped before he picked things back up with Capitol in the mid-50s. Now here's something you don't see from me every day. I got some rock and roll. Not really familiar with this stuff here. Not Roy's biggest hits, but this is fairly early in his career that he probably hasn't lost his enthusiasm for recording. Looking forward to that. Now here's something I found in the Christian gospel music section. Saw this this cross, but it has this cowboy lettering on it. Was this like some cowboy Christian music? This was put in backwards. It turns out to be Ray Wiley Hubbard, who I don't believe is born again, but I was happy to find this in the Christian music section. Looks like Ray Wiley Hubbard is about to urinate off the side. You know, like, looks like they pulled over so he could pee, but when I was looking back for it, it's a strange cover, very poor illustration, but something did catch my eye on here. We got Johnny Gimbel on fiddle, so that should be fun right there. Then I got Daryl McCall, one of Johnny Bush's buddies. They recorded an album together in the 80s. Very nice. Let's see who was playing on here. Oh my goodness, should I not have? Oh yeah, steel guitar, Buddy Emmons, and we got on fiddle, Buddy Spiker and Johnny Gimbel, among others. So not too shabby there. Some more country gold here. This is Gene Shepard, starting off with A Satisfied Mind, song I first learned from a Bob Dylan gospel record. There's Gene. Some more early country. Carl Smith. I believe this is his first 12-inch album. 1957. Columbia on that 6i. Going even further back in time, some early Decca, Webb Pierce. Webb Pierce is not a favorite of mine, but when you do see country music from this time period in such great shape, it's worth going for. This is these very thick, brittle Decca records, and this album does have his version of There Stands the Glass. Is it perhaps the one of the greatest of all time drinking songs? Here we have the late great Loretta Lynn. Nice clean 60s Decca. Looks like a school teacher. There was a song on here that caught my attention. I haven't played this one yet. Track number 5, side 2, is called This Haunted House. So I'm curious to listen to that one. Is apparently Loretta, people say her house was haunted, and that she may have been in contact with the demon world in this home that she lived in. I'm wondering if this house here is haunted by memories, or if it was a house of spirits. But anyway, yeah, looking forward to finding out. I'm not really into spooky haunted houses myself. I got our grand finale here. We got Loretta Lynn in the shrink wrap, Woman of the World, To Make a Man. Interesting, a double title. And this person, the previous owner, had taped the shrink on there. And well, let's remove it and see what we get here. It's hanging on. The thing about that shrink system as the grime collects. I think I can pull that off. It's glossy enough on the front that I'm not tearing anything. Got a lot of Loretta Lynn originals here. We got a Dallas Frazier, some Billy Sherrill, Stand By Your Man. There's a song I know. Anyway, looking forward to giving this a play. And that's my video for you. What I'll make in my next video are the bargain finds that I found in this hunt. Sadly, this video has gone beyond the 14-minute mark that my brother Titus expects of me. We are looking to make some Zoom videos together soon. If you've been wondering where he's disappeared to. Anyway, well, speaking of Titus, let's link you to a Titus video right here. He'd appreciate it if you'd watch that. He does follow the view counts, and he does like to rub it in that the videos that we made together do get more clicks and views than these ones that I make by myself. Anyway, thanks for watching.